So in today's session, let us start at least effect of feedback in the control system. Before moving on to actually seeing how the feedback will affect the system characteristics in the control system, you should know, we have already seen the classification of control system. One important classification is open loop and closed loop system. So you should know how a transfer function is defined for a system. Do you know what do you mean by a transfer function? Can anybody tell me what is a transfer function? Have you heard this word anywhere? NT, transfer function for a circuit analysis, transient response. You have done all these things. Stability, calculations. You have even done many of the experiments. What is a transfer function? If you don't know what is a transfer function for an open loop and a closed loop system, it is the base. Okay, you should know that. Then only we can further discuss about the effect in the control system. So I'm asking, if you know, tell me yes, what is it? If you don't know, genuinely put a message, no ma'am, we don't know about this. I think you will see this in even signals and system also. If x of t is the input for a system, y of t is the output of the system, then the ratio of output by input, you know about this already, efficiency. Output by input is equal to gain of the system, or we call it transfer function T or H. Okay, in generally, transfer function is defined by the term symbol capital H. So even when you deal with Z transform, you might have seen this, or in mathematics or even in signals, you're going to see this H of, in Z transform, H of Z. So H indicates the transfer function, the ratio of output to the input. Hope it is clear what is the transfer function. So before moving on to the effects of feedback, you know what is a feedback now? We have already seen how open loop and closed loop system are, pictorially shown in the form of a block diagram. We know it already. So before going for the discussions of effect of the feedback, let us see what is an open loop system and closed loop system, how transfer function is defined for those systems. This figure shows a general block for open loop system. R indicates the input. R is used for indicating the reference input. Okay, capital R. And C is your output. Capital C is used to indicate the controlled output. R is the reference, C is controlled. Okay, input, output. And capital G is the gain of the system. Okay, if this is your block diagram for an open loop system, you can say it, there is only single unidirectionals. Okay, the arrow marks are only in one way, there is no feedback here. So this is one open loop system block diagram. How you will define the transfer function for this particular system, or how you find the gain of the system, you can see here S is taken. Okay, it is not simply R. When just now when I have drawn one block diagram, I have written it like this, right? X of t, y of t, something like this. So signals, when we define, we don't simply take the notations, even we take the variables on which those signals are dependent. Okay, that's why what this S indicates, can anybody? If you are present in the class, please let me know what is small s. What is a small s? Anyone? No one? No one knows what is small s? In mathematics, you have come across that's notation S. T stands for time, F stands for frequency, small z also stands for frequency term, but this indicates we are using the frequency domain analysis in Z transform. Similarly, when I take small s, it is in the frequency domain, the analysis is frequency domain, and it is indicating LT. What is LT? What is LT? Yes, good, very good. Who's that? Farah. Good. Laplace transform. So small s indicates the Laplace transform. So we cannot simply take R, G or C. We should give the dependency also. Okay, the variable on which the signal is dependent. So we have to define it like that. So if I want to define the gain or the transfer function for this particular system, how gain is defined? Gain is output by input, C by R, right? Or the controlled output, C of S, C is given by input times gain. Okay, this is how we generally define transfer function or gain for open loop system. Similarly, now we will analyze how we can write the transfer function for closed loop system. This is the closed loop system. What is the difference you find here? If you see in the previous figure, there is the arrow marks are one way. Okay, they are not reversing, they are not changing their directions. Okay, if you see here, this is your reference input. It is given here to the adder. Okay, generally we tell that it's an adder. Depending upon whether the signal is positive or a negative, it will either add or subtract. And this is your system function, controlled output. This output is fed back to the input side. And you can see here, there is a positive as well as negative sign. Let me just show you. There is both positive and negative sign indicating depending upon whether the feedback is positive or negative. You can see positive or negative, it can be either plus or minus. When the feedback is positive, you use plus sign. When the feedback is negative, you use minus sign. That's why when we took the example initially for block diagrams, control system, closed loop control system examples, the driver driving the automobile, okay, car driving system example, the depending upon the adjustment of the speed. If I want to achieve 50 kilometers per hour speed, if I have achieved now 45 kilometers, still there is a difference, right? So that 45 kilometers which I have already achieved, it is fed back. Okay, so it will compare with the original, the reference, that is 50 minus 45, you subtract, because it is a negative feedback. Okay, so this is the closed loop system. Let us try to get the transfer function for closed loop system. Same block diagram. Reference input, G of S, controlled output, Okay, you'll get two terms here, G and H. Okay, G of S, it is the gain for it is called the forward gain. Okay, because it is in the forward path of the block diagram. It is in the forward path, so capital G is called the forward gain. And since output is fed back, this H is called the feedback gain. Capital G is the forward gain, H is the feedback gain, and B is, you have to tell me what is B. It is actually a feedback signal, and we can even write the equation. We will see how equation can be written. And U of S, it is actually the output which we get after subtracting. Okay, if it is a negative feedback, after subtracting R and B, yes, negative feedback. If you subtract these two signal, whatever difference amount, the error what you get, that is U of S. We call it actuating signal, okay, or even an error signal. Fine. So these are the elements of closed loop system. Let us try to find the transfer function for this. Okay. From the block diagram, you can see this error. Okay, it is actually the difference between R and B, right? R of S and B of S. So I have written that U of S is equal to R of S. This is not dot, it is subtraction. Okay, minus B of S, which is equal to R of S minus, what is B of S? If you see here, in this path, okay, this is B of S. Input is C of S. Just so you just look at only this path. Okay, whatever I have highlighted, you consider only that much. Don't consider the remaining block diagram. C is the input, H is the gain or the transfer function, B is the output. So ideally, output by input should give you H. Output by input should give you the transfer function H, or what I want now, B. So B is equal to C into H. So B is equal to C into H. So I have now written this U of S, right? This is the input for this system now. G of S, forward gain we need to calculate. For that, let us see now. Whatever I have highlighted, you check only that much now. C of S is equal to, okay, output, okay, output is equal to, or only for this particular forward path, output by input is equal to G. Output by input is equal to G, or if I want output C, C is equal to U into G. So C is equal to U into G. I am telling you orally only C, U, G, but they are all indicating of S. Okay, yes cannot be left. So C is equal to U into G. But just now, what is U of S we have already calculated here. Okay, we have written one equation for U of S. So let us substitute the equation for U of S. If I substitute U of S, it is R of S minus B of S into G of S as it is. No, sorry, directly I can write this. R of S minus C into H. C into H. This should be in the whole bracket into G of S. You can expand the bracket. R of S, multiply it with G, first term, you will get R into G, minus second term is C into H into G. C into H into G. Further readjustments I can do it. C of S we have on the left hand side, and C of S I have one C of S in the right hand side. So take this circled term, this whatever circled term is there, take this to the left hand side. What I will get? C of S, let me just simply write capital letters of S, you can understand. C minus this negative sign already there, so it will become plus. Second term is C into H into G. Okay, these two is equal to R into G. So take C common. C means C of S common. You will get 1 plus GH is equal to R into G. Or we want transfer function, that is output by input. Output is C. Okay, I will keep as it is. Input is what in the block diagram? Input is R. So keeping G as it is, I will take R to the denominator. C by R is equal to what I will get? G divided by this term, 1 plus GH. So C by R is nothing but the transfer function. In generally H, in control system, most of the times you use the symbol capital T. So capital T transfer function for the closed loop system is given by G divided by 1 plus GH, or they are all of S. G of S, G of S, H of S, T of S, and C of S, R of S. So all are the S domain parameters. So C by R, that is transfer function, is given by G divided by 1 plus GH. Any doubts in these two transfer functions? For open loop, the transfer function is given by simply G of S. Open loop I'm talking about. In case of closed loop, it is G by 1 plus GH. So once you understood transfer function for open loop and closed loop, now we can discuss the effects of the feedback only coming to the closed loop. Okay, now effect of feedback on the control system parameters. Okay, any doubts you can ask me. We have to discuss a few effects of the feedback on the control system. Whenever we say that there exists a system, there exists some something, we have to we can judge that particular thing or a system or anything which is existing in nature by means of its properties. Okay, for example, if you have a bike, okay, if you have a bike, two-wheeler, how will you judge how well it is? It has got certain parameters, right? Some parameters are there. You will check those parameters, and then depending on that, you will decide that your bike is in a good condition or in a bad condition. For example, first of all, the first parameter is how many years it is, how when you purchase that bike, कितना duration हो गया है, 1 साल 2 साल, in terms of years. Second thing, the mileage. Okay, mileage कितना पेट्रोल पर ये आप एवरेज कितना देती है. सेकेंड थिंग. थर्ड, कितना फ्रीक्वेंटली आप उसको मेंटेन करते हो, सर्विसिंग कराते हो, हाउ व्हेन इट रिक्वायर्स, हाउ फ्रीक्वेंटली इट रिक्वायर्स मेंटेनेंस. थर्ड थिंग. Then fourth thing, any other parameter? I got मुझे तो सिर्फ 3 याद आ रहे हैं. So something like that. For any system to judge, you should have certain parameters or characteristics. So just like that, even in case of control system, we have certain characteristics Those characteristics are: first one, gain; second one, stability; third one, sensitivity; and the fourth one, disturbance; and fifth one, time constant. So these are some of the characteristics for a system. इसका value क्या होगा? Okay, how these values will change when you apply the feedback for that particular system. So depending on that, you can just decide whether the system is in a, it is working efficiently or not, whether it is good or bad, its working is proper or not. So these are some of the characteristics of the system. There is a gain, the stability, sensitivity, and the disturbance time constant. Okay, we will see each one of them one by one. Before that, there is one slide here which I had just taken it from the internet. Positive and negative feedback. Have you studied about this? Hopefully you have studied, because you have studied in basic electronics the transistors, BJTs. So whenever you go for positive feedback, negative feedback, we have amplifiers, oscillators. If you remember, okay, there is a comparison given in the sheet. Try to look into it. Whenever we use a positive feedback, it is also called regenerative feedback. Negative feedback is called degenerative. पॉजिटिव फीडबैक से सिस्टम का गेन इंक्रीज होता है, नेगेटिव फीडबैक विल reduce the gain. In positive feedback, the feedback is in phase with the input. Here it is 180 degrees out of phase with the input. Transfer function is given by G by 1 plus GH. Just now I have shown you how the transfer function for a closed loop system with a negative feedback, I have taken negative feedback as G by 1 plus GH. But for in case of positive feedback, this sign will change. Instead of plus, I will get negative, minus. Okay. So these are some comparisons, positive and negative feedback. You should know about it. Okay, let us discuss the effects of feedback one by one. The very first one is, let's see how the application of a feedback will change the gain. We know that the system transfer function for a closed loop system with a negative feedback is given by either H or T. T is equal to, T indicates transfer function, 1 plus GH. Okay, so this is your denominator term. In the denominator term, this is 1 plus, so it's a constant term. So the only parameter which decides or which changes is G and H and the product. So if I take A by B ratio, if denominator value increases, what happens to M? M will decrease, right? Because they are inversely related, and vice versa. If I change B value such that B reduces, your M will increase. So the same relation holds good even in case of transfer function also. In case of gain, I'm talking about. Whenever the denominator value 1 plus GH altogether, if it increases, denominator increase हो रहा है, so what happens to T? T should decrease. Transfer function or the gain, overall gain should decrease. Okay, and similarly, when you're decreasing the denominator को अगर आप कम कर रहे हैं, तो आपका gain value increase होगा whenever I use the feedback. So effect of feedback on the gain में क्या changes होंगे? Depending on the denominator term, denominator has got 1 plus GH. So I'm talking about the product GH only indirectly. So when this denominator term increases, T decreases, and vice versa. So there is an inverse relationship between them. This is the first parameter, first effect on the feedback of the feedback on the control system. And the second one, let's see. Before going for the second one, let me just quickly take this. Stability. Stability is one parameter. Even you're going to study it in signals and system also. When you say that the system is stable, when you have a limited amount of output for a limited input. You say that BIBO, bounded input, bounded output. For a bounded input application or for any system, you will get a bounded output. That is called the stability of the system. In generally, in nature, most of the systems are stable, but some exceptions are also there. You will study about stability in detail, but let's see how the stability parameter will get affected. We know that the transfer function T is equal to G divided by 1 plus GH. And if I apply a negative feedback, okay, negative feedback, so what will happen for this GH value? If I take -1, suppose GH is equal to -1, negative feedback, right? So it will become 1 minus GH. So if it is 1 sorry, it's not like that. Just a second. I'm talking about the stability parameter. We know that T is equal to G by 1 plus GH. Suppose I'm now talking about a negative feedback. If I take the product G into H as a -1, okay, the product of G and H is equal to -1, what will happen to this equation? It will be T is equal to G divided by 1 plus GH is -1, which is equal to G divided by 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1. What is 1 minus 1? 0. G divided by 0. What is 1 by 0? Infinity. So the gain value is infinity. T value infinity means what? Just now I told you how a stable system is defined. Stability is what? Bounded input अगर आप देते हैं तो bounded limited output आना चाहिए, but यहाँ पर तो आपका gain infinity आ रहा है, so the system is unstable. So how it behaves on stability, how it is affecting? If you take GH -1, your system will become unstable. That's why you should make sure that GH product जो आता है वो negative ना हो. It should be greater than 0. Always you should have GH, the product GH as positive value. Then only your system will become stable. So we have seen the effect of a feedback on the gain parameter and on the